You know that old saying, if you're not paying for it, you're the product? Well, one AI company is trying to flip that on its head. Today, we're going to dig into why Anthropic decided to keep their AI assistant, Claude, totally ad-free. It's a pretty big deal, and it really makes you question the whole internet business model. So, why they do it? Let's kick things off with this really powerful statement from Anthropic themselves. I mean, this isn't just some fluffy mission statement, right? This is like their foundational rule. It really sets the stage for everything else, showing that their whole philosophy is built around one thing: user trust. Okay, so why is this whole ad-free thing such a big deal? Well, it really boils down to a huge difference between how we talk to an AI versus how we use, say, a search engine. On the surface, they might seem kind of similar, but trust me, how we actually use them, totally different worlds. Think about it. When you go to a search engine, you're on a mission, right? You type in some keywords, you scroll through a bunch of links, and you grab what you need. It's transactional. But chatting with an AI like Claude, that's a whole different ballgame. It's a conversation. It's personal. It's open-ended. A lot of the time, you're just thinking out loud and building on ideas together. And it's not just a theory. Anthropic's data actually shows this is happening. People aren't just asking for quick facts. No, they're confiding in Claude with really sensitive stuff. They're working through super complex coding problems, and they're using it as a genuine partner for deep work. It's way less like a search bar and way more like a trusted advisor you can bounce ideas off of. Okay, so if we're having these deep, personal, complex conversations, what happens when you throw ads into that mix? This gets us to what Anthropic calls the incentive problem. And it really makes you stop and ask a huge question: who is this AI actually working for? Let's walk through a super clear example of this potential conflict. Imagine you can't sleep. You're tossing and turning, so you open up your AI to get some advice. You're probably feeling pretty vulnerable, right? So what that AI says next is really, really important. So an AI without ads, its only job is to help you. It's going to ask about your stress levels, your room temperature, your habits. But an AI with ads, it has a second job: to make a sale. Suddenly, it might be pushing a fancy new mattress or a meditation app. Now, those things might help, but the AI's goals and your goals, they're not always going to be the same. And this is the absolute key. It's all about trust. If the model is ad-free, you never have to wonder, is this genuine advice or is it just a sneaky sales pitch? That little bit of doubt, that second guessing, it can completely poison the relationship you have with a tool that's supposed to be helpful. Anthropic even says that sticking ads on the side of the chat would mess things up, because suddenly the goal isn't just to give you a useful answer anymore. The goal becomes keeping you on the page, keeping you engaged, so you see more ads. But think about it. Sometimes the best answer is the shortest one. The incentives just don't line up.
Okay, so if they're not using ads, how in the world does a company like Anthropic actually make money? Let's take a look at their business model. And honestly, the answer is surprisingly straightforward.
It's pretty simple, actually. Businesses and individual users who get a lot of value out of Claude, they pay for it. That's it. This creates this really clean, direct relationship. The company's only incentive is to make the product better for you, the person paying for it, not to sell your eyeballs to the highest bidder.
Now hold on. Being ad-free doesn't mean Claude can't help you buy stuff. It absolutely can. The really important difference is who's in charge of that conversation. So let's break down what they mean by commerce on your terms.
The main idea here is that you, the user, are always in the driver's seat. You ask Claude to find you some running shoes. You ask it to compare mortgages. And when you do, it works for you. Period. There's no outside company whispering in its ear, no hidden agenda. And that really sums up the whole philosophy, right? If the user starts the conversation, the AI works for the user. If an advertiser starts it, the AI is working for someone else. By sticking to that one simple rule, Claude's only job is to give you the most helpful answer it possibly can. So all of this, the ad-free model, the user-first principle, it all builds toward this really powerful vision for what Claude is supposed to be. And it's not just another app on your phone. They see it as a totally different kind of tool. To really get what they're going for, just think about the best physical tools you've ever used. You know, like a really well-crafted pen that just feels right in your hand, or a perfectly balanced hammer. They do one thing, and they do it beautifully. Or what about the feeling of opening a brand new notebook? That clean, fresh page.
It's just a blank canvas for your ideas with absolutely zero distractions.
Same with a clean chalkboard or a whiteboard, right? It's a space that is designed purely for thinking, for wrestling with a tough problem, sketching out ideas, and just figuring things out.
So, what do all these amazing, essential tools have in common? Yep, not a single ad in sight. By their very nature, they are free from any commercial noise. Their only job is to help you think more clearly. And that's it. That is the simple and honestly kind of elegant vision for Claude. They want it to be a true tool for thought, something as focused and as trustworthy as that blank page or that perfect instrument. So, as AI gets more and more tangled up in our daily lives, it leaves us with a really important question to think about. What does a truly helpful tool actually look like to you? And maybe more importantly, what are you willing to give up to get it?